So, good morning. Hope you're doing great. Any Globus, my name. And this morning it's time to change again strings on my guitar. Maybe you got it, or yeah, read about it. Bought a new one, or are using another guitar at the moment. I bought beautiful um guitar and used one. It's called an Begido guitar. As my backup guitar, which is now from use because the Montero guitar, um, what I call my own, needs um, new paint and kind of. Um, so I'm using another guitar and it needs new strings. It's a very very beautiful guitar. Um, it has a cypress um, bottom and cedar top to it. Has a very very beautiful head of the guitar. I call it maybe like an autumn tree or similar. It's a guitar from Granada. It says Jose Botterido. It's from 1980. So it's a 44-year-old guitar, 2 years older than myself, um, and has a wonderful and a beautiful tone to it. But it needs new strings now. The D string seems to yeah get crushed soon. So have to change. Well, um, yeah, I have to change it now. So I have two decisions. One, I using the Savares nylon strings. It's the 520R or the Labelle 2001. I choose the classical guitar strings medium hard tension. They serve in as well the nylon, a black nylon one, which I love, a light tension, but I have to order some new ones in this genre. So um, I have to make a decision which one I use before I order some new strings. And this is now the question. I used the luthier strings, which was great. Um, but yeah, I heard they changed a bit the receipt of it, but I'm not sure about it. I will order some new ones soon because I want to see what's going on really. Um, so let's see about it later on. But I think this guitar has still luthier strings on it. Um, and they sound very, yes, a beautiful guitar. It's a different guitar than my Montero guitar. The Montero guitar is a complete Cypress guitar, very fast, very maybe flamenco. What I like to hear, very sporty, very aggressive, um, like maybe a rock guitar or something, which I love in classical or flamenco guitar. It has that sporty, it has that um, kind of a great rock band to it, that Rolling Stone to it, which I love for my guitar playing as well. Um, so let's see about that. This is a different guitar. It has cedar top. It's a bit more melancholic. It's a bit more, I think, more slow, but maybe a bit more poem to it. So the luthier strings on it so far sounds very classy, very concerty, very elegant kind of. So now I come up with the thinking. Okay, the Saura strings. I have the R. They serve in an F. I think in an F or in B version of it, which has an G string wrapped in a special um, version of I think steel, a cheese string that serves a steel wrapping. So I played it once. It's cool as well, but I decided to go with the regular EAD in steel wrapping and GBE in nylon wrapping. So I think the R version of it, if you order the R version, Samurais R, it's the traditional um, serving of strings. So I ordered the R for having the yeah, maybe the more traditional serving of it. EAD in steel wrapping and GBE and nylon wrapping. So the Sahara strings, I think they are more. Um, it feels like a bit. I don't know if it's yeah, maybe it's nylon. It has a different aspect to it maybe than the classical ones. They have a special receipt to it. Um, I change strings from here to there, so I buy two, three pair different ones of it because of changing and yeah, don't play all the time the same strings. So I'm choosing either the label or the Sabres at the moment. Um, the label are very classic, I think. The medium hot tension has an yeah, very concert type attitude to it, which the guitar, the cedar top and the spruce rack and the Spelito one, um, serving from its ground up. I think it serves um, a very concert having attitude. So it's very great for having really great, yeah. It has a very richness in when it comes down to really, I think, traditional playing as far as are concerned in listening to Spanish guitar or the guitar music. So combining this attitude of having a concert attituded guitar, maybe cool with them Savara strings, which serves I think a new school of thinking guitar playing. It has a very, I think, an aggressive. That's what I like, a sporty touch to it. Um, with the um, yeah, with an own taste of material. I don't know. They have a new receipt, I think. But if you play it, it's cool. I think I don't know um, which the product is really based on. Um, but I think it serves a great taste now with the Belido. So I will try the Savara strings with the Belido guitar and see um, yeah, see what's coming out of them. So what my thing, my recipe is kind of, I change the most of the time the bass, the um, the bass strings, and then a couple of days later I will change the discant ones because um, yeah, of tension of the top of the guitar. I don't know, the system came to me once, and it stays so far for doing so. So let's see, Savaras. I order most of the time a setup or a set from, it's kind of 10 euros, 11 or 12 euros, something around it, one set of strings, or a couple of strings. So this serves for me, yeah, satisfaction in terms of performance and more. There are um, more expensive ones out there, and I think more cheap ones. But in my portfolio, um, I think 10 euros or something around that serves an professional and professional heaven to it. Um, Never had really, um, you know, can complain about nothing. So I think it serves a great job. Um, if you go with 10 euros or something, at least for my for my vision of playing the guitar and more. So what I do is kind of, if you vision and wheel or changing wheels on a car, you will cross the screws, kind of, you go from north to south and east to west, and this is what I do at this, kind of the same on the guitar. I, I'm lowering the E1 a bit, and I lowering the E6 a bit. So in my thinking is the guitar, the top of the guitar gets tensioned, not too sided, so the tension will lose on maybe on every side, uh, kind of um, weighted out, um, exactly, kind of. Yeah, I'm very happy with the guitar. It sounds different than my Montero guitar, but of course I hadn't. Oh, I heard the guitar before I bought it, and it's not an Blanca, just Blanca guitar, just Cypress. It's a mixed. It's a cedar top, um, but it was that beautiful, and I think a very a masterpiece of wood work. I think if you see this guitar, I think it's kind of an Ferrari F50 or something. I think it's that league of um, of mechanic, of professional, yeah, of professional um, working out. So it's just glorified. I think really a masterpiece from a maker of guitar and of guitar making. This is just, I think it's just incredible. And it has a great sound. It's a beautiful sound, but you have to get into it. If you play it a couple of days, you will understand that sound and go more and more into it. It's kind of, I don't know, something new that needs time to breathe, time to understand it, time to read it if you like, time to um, time to to be able to translate the sound, how to play this guitar. I think every guitar needs a bit of personal advice, a personal philosophy to it. Maybe kind of a race wagon, Formula One wagon. They try to be similar, but I think every provider, every developer has an own vision to it, and you have to get into this vision of the builder to get his philosophy to translate its philosophy and make it your own, kind of. And more you play the guitar, of course, um, these little knobs and screws are, of course, get more and more important. So now changing the E string first. Like I said, go with the Salvador strings. And see what's coming out of that. Like I said, I think it's a very classic ambition guitar. It's very something for the opera house or something for really, um, yeah, an concert environment. It has a very um, excellent sound to it. So it's really something I think for having an audience, if you like to say, okay, this is very a quiet ambience with a really very clear guitar having. I think it's a great concert guitar or flamenco guitar, which can be used in concert halls. I think the guitar is very yeah, greatly tuned. I think in C or in a classic environment. What I heard so far as a singer and more, if you sing to the guitar, it gives you a very um, I think an greatly fans or in greatly guidance to the chamber tone, or would you say in English kammer tone, to an 440 hertz, um, if I'm right in suggestion of things. So I think it fits really perfect to have an orchestra and more. I think it's a great guitar for production, a great guitar for recording CDs the studio the proper way, kind of. So like I said, putting on the Saboras um, R and see what comes out. See what comes out of it. So that's what I like. That's what I like about the guitar and the flamenco. So what I do, always have a little towel to it, and maybe cleaning the spots before making new strings on just a bit here and there, if it's from need to do so. Yeah, that's what I love about the flamenco. It sounds a bit yeah, aggressive, a bit, if you like, dirty in terms of or sporty, I would say. It's kind of a race wagon, a Formula One or a rally wagon that really um, um, needs to be controlled, kind of, or yeah, that wants to be really um, played um, out of the well-known, kind of, maybe kind of a rocket that um, that does a travel to moon or to Mars or something really which you expect the unknown. And this is, I think, in flamenco or in Spanish guitar, with especially with flamenco um, to it. It's not really the classic way. I think um, the sheet way. It's a bit the chassis way as well. Don't want to step on toes or do any scale and outs. I love both. It's guitar, but that's what I love about the flamenco guitar. It's a bit more sporty, I think. They have the really the maybe um, the chassis in it, which you say, okay, it's um, yeah, the funny in it. And that's what I love about the flamenco guitar. It's a bit more, I think, a bit more sporty, a bit more jazzy, if you like. I think the strings is a bit more lower than the on a classical guitar, um, etc. etc. So combining the the um, the perfect with the imperfect kind of, and this what I love about the maybe the flamenco guitar. So having an expensive guitar and having mid pricey string set maybe to it can serve a great sound picture, I think. But let's try some things out. So you have both aspects to it, kind of like an yeah, expensive Ferrari um, on or an expensive convertible Ferrari on a rainy day, kind of. That's what I love about the yeah about combining um, the maybe the expensive with the not so expensive, and has a very natural sound to it. Not everything have to be expensive, but not everything has to be cheap, kind of. So if you find out a good mid, I think you have a great, yeah, a great life balance to it. So the E string is up, kind of like I said, like last time. You wrap it around your um, you go into to the hole, kind of, and then you wrap it around the string and clip it with itself at the rear side of it. Then what I do, I go into the head head of the guitar in the mechanic hole. You wrap it around the string itself, and then you will clip it with itself by twisting or screwing or tension the string again. So the smart system, there are a lot of systems to it, but I think I have seen it somehow on a guitar, and this was on the smart system. There are a lot of systems to it, a lot of philosophies, but it's doing his job, and so yeah, it's quick, it's, and it's easy to understand, I think. So now go with the second string, with an A string. Like I said, the old one, most of the time I keep it for yeah, you never know in terms of string gets broken somehow, and you need fast recovery. So for a couple of hours or days, they are still good to do so. Better than nothing, kind of. So I'll go on with the A string. Yeah, I'm excited how the Savaras will sound on the Lido guitar. And then I think next I will try out my beloved labelle strings, the black nylon ones, um, light tension. These are I think these genius to me. These I think very puro, very traditional. Um, so they have just a great playing aspect to it. I will yeah, we'll see what they can do on the Belido guitar, and then I think I will buy maybe another luthier string um, for yeah, seeing what's just for study what's going on. Um, if I put luthier strings um, or luthier strings on it again. So now I'll go with the A string, do the same way, maybe clean a bit the fretboard. That's what I love about really coming up from scratch. I think with the music, it's really about to make a living out of it, to make a coin out of it all the time. So if you once learned how to survive, kind of, this is the most important thing, I think, about being um, founder, someone who really did something from scratch. You will always relate on the daily bread, kind of. That's what um, this, what always is a plus. It's not maybe about the, you don't have to have that much expensive guitar. At least you get a coin out of it, and um, so at the end, it's really do your thing and be satisfied. Now it's A string. Yeah, I will be excited how the Saurus now sounds on the Belido, and I will be excited or stay in vision how the light tension label will sound on my Belido um, guitar. So if you put very flamenco strings, very puro, I think to this guitar, it can be um, a great mixing or a great setup. It's kind of maybe a great tuned VW Bug or a great tuned um, yeah, great tuned show car kind of. So this is a very custom thinking. It's what I like. Um, you have an own taste to it. You can build something your own way, your own setup, your own um, thing. The special rims, kind of, or a great car interior, a great car hi-fi, flying doors if needed. So you can tune it your way, kind of. So I bought me a little clip a couple of months ago. This, the overs you can clip easily later on. Yeah, will be or stay in attention, or stay in vision how these strings will sound on my cedar top guitar. I don't know if I should say this, but I bought it on a, but why not? I bought it I think a vintage guitar in the internet. There's a shop that says vintage guitar, and I bought it for the first time a guitar there, and then they served me with yeah with um, satisfaction kind of. So they have a lot of guitars. There was a I think a 100-year-old Ramirez, and I listened a lot, and then I came up with this guitar, and yeah, I'm very happy with it so far. I think in if you buy these guitars really proper new in a shop, you have to bring a lot of a big stack kind of money with it. These are very I think one of high traditional guitar makers from in the Spanish guitar section. So I'm very proud of it, part of that, and thanks to you guys from Vintage Guitars again. It's a great guitar so far. For having new styles, new thinkings, new globe styles, if you like, and more. Yeah, the a Montero guitar, which I love as well. You've seen it on other videos. It's a Blanca guitar. They say Blanca. It's because it's the rear and the top of the guitar is in cypress wood made. I think a luthier from Cordoba, and using woods from I think Tenerife and more. So it's a very classical, very Spanish guitar and spruce. I think from Germany. I don't know, maybe from the Black Forest or they have it from the Alps. I've heard in Bavaria they have another spot for having great tops or instrument tops. Maybe um, I think Hanika, a very famous guitar maker, um, um, have their manufacturing somewhere in Bavaria as well. Greifswald, I think, somewhere around there. Yeah, maybe it's maybe in top from Greifswald, from Germany, from Bavaria, or from the Black Forest, or they I don't know, imported it somewhere else. But it has an amazing sound to it, and it needs and no painting. It's a 50-year-old guitar or more, so it needs um, renovation kind of to it. Keep in touch if you are interested in it. I thought doing it myself, but I think the guitar I will show you some pictures, or I brought some pictures to Facebook. Um, it needs more than a painting. It needs really an refreshing, I think, of the whole guitar. It's more than 50 years, and it's a great guitar. It's a very special Spanish sounding guitar, and it's hard to find, I think, a guitar like that. Um, and before buy a new one now or a similar one for a couple of €1,000, again, you can refresh this one for maybe €1,000 or something, and have it kind of new or proper. So it makes sense, I think, to um, have a checkup um, of it. to have it really for I don't know, for good, for 20, 30 years more, if God says so. Again, yeah, last minutes of my life. So that's the D string. Maybe I try once more expansion, um, or more, yeah, more worthy setup, string setup for maybe 15 or 20 euros to it. Let's see how it does it, how it's um, work out on this guitar. But let's see about it later on. So made some recordings as well with this guitar. Welcome to my Facebook, YouTube. Like I said, um, for providing, if you want, for my for buying, shopping, um, kind of having a CD. If you like, as musician, of course, doing CDs. And like I said on a video yesterday, at the moment I'm more doing YouTube, more doing SoundCloud. So having a CDs maybe at the moment a thing of old school. Um, so I was like more being a streamer at the moment. So if you listen to sounds on YouTube or SoundCloud or something, it's I'm doing the kind of online basking or online yeah, entertainment of having a daily blogging, having a daily be a musician on online kind of doing it the bank account way. Um, in terms of technical advice, there is no CD player really around that. There is no tape recorder really around it. What I have on my laptop is an SD card. This maybe I do next, if you like, an SD card. I'm putting stuff together for it for the long run. A great maybe SD card with pictures and stuff on it. Yeah, let's see about that. So the D string, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks to Böbling and Sindelfing, the my hometowns kind of, for the yeah hometowns and towns which I stayed the longest times for in my life, for having me letting me play on the markets, restaurants and bars, um, public places, farmers marts, and everywhere, doing my pictures and stuff. Thanks for that, all you guys out there who supporting the artist in each and every direction. It's a beautiful thing. It's like the like traditional. I think like farmers markets having artists around that who bring an art to the country or art to the city. So thanks for that. In each and every direction and advice. Governments and more as well. For given opportunity, rules and regulations in each and every angle, making the city clean, kind of keeping an eye on security, etc., etc., making a daily life kind of proper. So, am Schluss hier noch ein paar Worte auf Deutsch. Wie gesagt, komme aus Deutschland. Rede Englisch, weil ich mich als Englisch oder als internationaler Künstler verstehe und verstehen mag. Englisch finde ich einfach super und Englisch ist natürlich auch die Weltsprache. Und ich rede gerne Englisch und mit Englisch bin ich überall zu Hause. Von Nord nach Süd, nach West, nach Ost, von Amerika über Italien, von osteuropäischen Staaten, von Frankreich, egal wo, mit Englisch ist man immer, oder Spanien, mit Englisch kann man sich immer verständigen. Und wenn man englische Lieder hat oder Englisch spricht, ist man auch immer irgendwo zu Hause, man kann sich immer verständigen. Und ich mag englische Musik, ich mag den Wortlaut auch im Englischen, das ist sehr melodiös, so bin ich ein englischsprachiger internationaler Künstler, der sich mit englischen Liedern meistens bedient. Aber natürlich komme ich ursprünglich oder bin von Deutschland und darum rede ich auch ein bisschen Deutsch, dass man es irgendwann nicht vergisst. Sonst irgendwann muss man nach den deutschen Worten suchen und dem will ich ein bisschen vorbeugen. Darum rede ich auch ein bisschen Deutsch. Für alle, die auch ein bisschen über Deutsch wissen wollen, lernen vielleicht auch ein bisschen Deutsch, so wie ich auch von manchen ein bisschen Englisch lerne, wenn ich Englisch höre, etc. etc. Ja, wie meine Pelido-Gitarre, habe neue Saiten hier aufgezogen, Savares, und habe erklärt im Prinzip, wie es geht. Ich zeige es nochmal für jeden, der es wissen will. Man geht hier durch das Loch, dann macht man hier eine Schlaufe und klippt dann oder klemmt die Saite mit sich selbst hinten ein, spannt es hier so durch und an der anderen Seite der Gitarre, hier oben, geht man nochmal durch das Loch, dann wickle ich es um die Saite und dann spanne ich es einfach fest, dass die Saite im Prinzip um die andere verklemmt wird. Und dann spannt es sich. So habe ich es mir mal angeschaut oder so habe ich es mir mal erklärt und angeschaut. Es gibt viele Systeme, aber das finde ich eigentlich ein ganz geniales System. Es ist einfach und funktioniert eigentlich. Und so mache ich es. Wie gesagt, ich spanne es immer diagonal, die Seiten E von E, wie bei einem Auto, wie ein Wagenkreuz. Ich gehe von Nord nach Süd und West nach Ost, um die Spannung der Decke gleichmäßig zu halten. Wenn ich sie abspanne, dann habe ich immer eine Verdrehung, im Prinzip im Holz. Und ich habe mir irgendwann so erklärt, wenn ich es diagonal spanne, dann habe ich im Prinzip eine gleichmäßige Spannung auf meiner Gitarrendecke. Wichtig oder nicht, keine Ahnung, ich mache es einfach so, weil das für mich Sinn ergibt und ich vielleicht auch das Holz ein bisschen schone, einfach aus Liebe zur Gitarre hin und zum Holze. Ja, das ist ein neuer Satz, jetzt die Gitarre spannen und dann sehen, was der Sound spricht. Neue Gitarre, Bellido. Und mehr. Ja, hoffe, euch hat das gefallen. Hope you enjoyed my little chains and strings on a guitar. Now tune the guitar and let the strings a bit breathe. The top of the guitar has to get in tension for a couple of hours, so you have to tune the strings a bit more now. The upcoming hours and go from there. Yeah, then the next day is changing the discount part of the guitar and go from there. Let's see what the sound says in a couple of days with the Savara strings and yeah, and have a listen and go from there. Hope you enjoyed my little video this morning For more information, just go to my Facebook, go to my Twitter, YouTube, um, WordPress, etc., etc. If you want to, yeah, um, do this, of course. I try to make a living as well online on my um, on my um, um, social media platforms, of course. If you want to drop something into my donation channel, or buy some songs or CDs, you're hardly invited to it. My set card is somewhere around this poster, and with my bank account and more. Um, Everything is, of course, common. I do it like playing in public, going around with my basket shadow. From, I don't know what is worth for you. It's free, of course. It responsing on God, um, but of course I do this for a living, or try to make a living as well online out of it, for maybe for more growing days, etc., etc. It's of course like um, having lessons. If somebody says, "Do you give lessons?" I think I do videos because of I want to play the guitar most of the time myself. Um, Ask me for lessons maybe in the future. Let's see about that. But I do it online. So if you get something out of that, this is my art, my way to give lessons. If you like, yeah, stay tuned for more. Have a great day. Check out my SoundCloud. I have new sounds on SoundCloud, on Facebook, a lot of pictures, as well on Twitter and WordPress. So, like I said in public, or I say in public all the time, this is for each and everybody. Um, do my content, and yeah, pass my stuff out. So you're all invited to watch it, download it, copy it in or under the law and copyright regulations of it. Thanks for everything out there. Andy Globe. Bye bye.